Since Real Madrid's 4-goal night at Barcelona's Camp Nou and Karim Benzema's hat-trick in 2023, Barcelona had not been humiliated like this. So what happened in just 33 minutes? How did Hansi Flick make his opponent stronger than his own team? And was Barcelona treated unfairly by the referee? Stay with us. Hello, my friends. Atletico Madrid turned the game around against Barcelona with 4 goals. It was a night that felt like the fall of an old fortress. Barcelona had the ball, but Atletico had the match. The beginning, the illusion of possession. On paper, the numbers seemed to favor Barcelona. Possession, 66% passes, 648 compared to only 331 for Atletico entries into the final third, 64 times compared to 36. But here is the secret no one noticed. Barcelona were passing, Atletico were arriving. The ball was with Barcelona, but the space belonged to Diego Simeone's men. Flick played with a very high defensive line. The fullbacks pushed forward without cover. The midfield did not press at all. Suddenly, there were 60 meters of open field behind Barcelona's defense. And that is exactly what Atletico want. The disaster, just 33 minutes. Within the first 33 minutes, Barcelona conceded 3 goals. It was their worst defensive half of the season in all competitions. The goals were not tactically complex. They were the simplest idea in football. A pass behind the defense, a run, a one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Flick wanted an attacking team, but what he created was the perfect environment for Atletico's attack. Giuliano Simeone, Ademola Lookman, and Julian Alvarez did not attack Barcelona's defense. They attacked the space behind it. The first moment, the opening goal. The mistake started from the back. Goalkeeper Joan Garcia made a defensive error, but the real problem was not the goalkeeper. The problem was that the defenders were positioned almost on the halfway line. Any long ball equals a clear chance. That explains an important statistic. Although Atletico had only 14 shots, Barcelona's goalkeeper was forced to make 4 saves, which means every attack was dangerous. The red card and the turning point. Then came the unexpected moment. Eric Garcia, the last defender, brought down Alex Baena, who was through on goal. The law is clear, a direct red card. From that moment, the match was effectively over. The worst part? Eric Garcia did not stop at being sent off. He scored an own goal and received a rating of 3.8, making him the worst player of the match. The refereeing controversy. Immediately after that, a strong challenge from Giuliano Simeone on Alejandro Balde, with a raised foot and a clear foul. Many believe it deserved a red card, but the referee chose to ignore it, and even VAR reviewed the incident in just a few seconds. In my opinion, it truly deserved a red card. As for Barcelona's disallowed goal for offside, the review took a long time, but the final decision was correct to avoid any controversy. Yes, Robert Lewandowski did touch the ball. There was some doubt, but in the end, the referee made the decision. Where was Barcelona's attack? The answer is simple. It was not there. All of Barcelona's danger came from one run by Fermin Lopez, a shot from the same player that hit the post. That was all. Goalkeeper Juan Musso, the best player of the match with a rating of 8.7, was not truly tested. Despite 66% possession, Barcelona managed only 8 shots on target during the match, but without any sustained real chances. The possession was superficial, and the attack had no bite. Why did this happen? Flick's approach. The German coach insists on a very high defensive line, unstructured pressing, and absolute priority on attack. The problem? If the pressing is not perfect, this approach turns into a disaster. And that is exactly what happened. In fact, the same scenario had already occurred in the Champions League when he refused to adjust his style and was eliminated. Flick bets on control, but against a transitional team like Atletico Madrid, control turns into a trap. He personally strengthened Diego Simeone's strengths: direct attacks and fast counterattacks. Atletico played a perfect defensive and transition match. Barcelona played a possession game without protection. This is the harshest humiliation Barcelona have suffered since Real Madrid's 4-goal night at Camp Nou and Karim Benzema's hat-trick in the 2023 Copa del Rey semi-final. And now, history repeats itself. What comes next? Atletico are now one step away from the final, with a real opportunity to win a new title since the 2020 to 2021 season. As for Barcelona, They face an immediate test at Estadi Montilivi against Girona FC, not only to recover points, but to recover their identity, because the problem was not a disallowed goal, nor the red card, but the very idea behind the way they played. But the real question now, will Flick change his approach? Or will we witness the same collapse again in the Champions League or the Cup? Write your opinion and predictions in the comments, because the next match may not be just another game, but the turning point of an entire season.